capacity is better. But listen, man, I want to show you how to control your mind, how to control your world. I did a little clip just now, but now I want to drop a jewel on y'all real quick, you know? If you want to control your world, you have to control your feelings. If you want to control your feelings, you got to control your thoughts, because everything comes from a thought. Even your reality comes from thoughts. What you attracted to you, what's going on in your life, come from your thoughts. So, with that being said, basically, to control your feelings, you got to control your thoughts. You got to control how you think. You ever notice when you're in a bad mood, you're only in a bad mood because you're thinking a certain way? Yeah. So you can't really feel a certain way. And then your feelings are very important because your feelings are actually pushing out something that's magnetically drawn in something. So it's always more than one channel to channel in to get your feelings. As far as thought being a frequency. So if you want to control your world and control your life, you got to control your mind. You got to grasp control of your mind to control your world. Most people don't understand this. But if you sit silent enough, and if you're feeling bad, and you in the moment that you're feeling angry or bad or sad or whatever emotions you might be feeling at the time, if you just calmly look at your mind and your thoughts and you say, damn, look at how I'm thinking. No wonder why I feel this way, because the feeling is a derivative of your thought. No wonder why you feel like that. Look how you're thinking. You could be thinking about a problem that you're having in life with someone. And in that moment of thought, your body gets a feeling in it. It's a terrible feeling. You know what I'm saying? And you have to, in that moment, say, damn, I hate feeling like. First you have to observe the feeling and then ask, why? Why do I gotta feel like this? Once you start asking why, what you get is the truth. The truth is, it's because you're thinking about it like that. This is when you call your friend or you call somebody else to get some other kind of thoughts, to look at it in a different way. So at the end of the day, what's going on, Rashe? What's going on, Bernadette? So at the end of the day, it's the way that you're thinking about the situation that's affecting your feelings, okay? Now, if you want to understand it more in detail you can catch it, you can observe it. And this is what people tell you. You probably heard this before. Oh, become the observer of your thoughts. Listen to the way you're thinking, right? Listen to the way you're thinking so that you can change the way that you feel, and you can change the way you... But the question is, why are you thinking like that? That's the question. Why are you always thinking so negative? Why do you always look at things in such a negative way? That's the question, right? Why can't you think positive so that you can feel positive? Most people that are feeling depressed, they go get medicine. No, the medicine is not going to help you. It's just going to aid the symptom, which will give you more symptoms, and it's not going to help you. That's like a bum. A bum doesn't need money. I mean, you can help the bum with that only aids the symptoms. The bum going to get the money, and then he going to take the money and go spin it up and be a bum again. What we want to learn is, we don't want to just someone to give you some food. We want someone to teach you how to get your own food. Because that's how you fix the issue that we're having. Now you can say, someone said your diet, oh, what's going on, baby? La Vie says your diet is a big influence. Of course, your diet. But what is diet though? You know what I'm saying? You gotta ask yourself, what is diet? Diet is your atmosphere. Diet is nothing but a derivative of how you think. If you don't think clear, you're not gonna eat clear. So, your diet is your atmosphere, the people around you, and yes, it does affect you as well because it keeps you in that vibration that you're thinking in. But when you start to think better, you start to eat better. You know what I'm saying? So it all starts with a thought. So the question still stands, why? Why are you thinking so negative? Why are you being so negative? Why do you feel so negative? Why are you depressed? And inevitably, it all comes back to thought, but why the thought goes back to astrology. I gotta keep hitting y'all in the head with this, man, because it's so important. Your natal chart is extremely important to understand why you think the way you think, to understand why you feel the way you feel, because feelings are the vibration of thoughts. Thought is the frequency. On many different channels, you can channel into different thoughts to get different vibrations. And I always use the example of a radio. You have a radio that has a broadcast frequency from 600 to 1900 or whatever, 1600. And you tune in to a certain channel, which that would be a thought, right? So let's say you tune into 103.3 and you get a certain vibration from that channel. That would be hip hop. Say you on hip hop. And then now you got a certain vibration, the vibe on that channel of the frequency will give you a certain vibration. You see what I'm saying? With that being said, if you turn to 102.5, now you listening to country. That's a whole nother vibe. That's a whole nother feeling. But that's a whole nother frequency. That's a whole nother channel on the frequency of this broadcast. So if you think about it like that, then you realize that when you're feeling bad, see, most of us, once we're in our feelings, our thoughts are cloudy. We're just in the feeling and we're reacting to the feeling, not observing why we feel that way. If you start to observe why you're feeling that way, this is when you start to change your reality. You start to catch it. You're like, wait a minute, why am I even feeling like this? It's because I'm thinking like this. This person made me mad because they said this. And when they said that, that made me mad. Well, your question is, why did it make you mad? Because of how you perceived it. You took it as this or that. You didn't have to take it like that. You could have been like, well, that person probably only perceives life the way they perceive life. And so that how they feel about me has really nothing to do with me. That's the truth. And if you base your thought in that, your feelings are going to change. You're going to be like, oh, you know. But if you sit there and be like, yo, this motherfucker disrespecting me, man. Then this motherfucker don't know me. That's the thought that give you negative feelings because you're in a negative channel on the frequency of thought that we call God. But when you look at it shit like that, then of course you're going to feel negative. You know what I'm saying? Of course you're going to feel negative if you look at it like that. Some of y'all in the midst of leaving and coming out of Babylon, but you're not where you want to be at yet. And so in your mind, you feel like, damn, yo, I'm not where I'm supposed to be at, man. I hate this shit here. You could look at it like that, or here's another thought. Yo, I'm getting the fuck out of here. At least I know what the fuck is going on. I'm on the way out. So I'm good. Like, you know, you could look at it like that and that'll give you a whole nother vibration. That'll give you a whole nother feeling and outlook on life. Or you could look at it like, damn, yo, hate these motherfuckers out here. Once you know the truth, you can complain about what's going on. Or you could be like, man, I'm getting out of here, yo. This shit is crazy, yo. And be feeling good that you even realize and see a way out. There's people that don't even see a way out. You could tell them and everything, and they're going to be like, huh? What the fuck you talking about? You're blessed enough to even see the tricks to get out. And although you're not out yet, it's a way you could look at it that's more positive than you being like, yo, fucking hate this shit. You know, you might have an ex. And every time you think about your ex or your family members, that you say you lost somebody, or you got an ex, and every time you think about them, you get a bad feeling. It's imperative that you go into these. It's very imperative that we deal with our issues. Like, don't tuck away your issues and keep moving in life. You cannot run away from yourself. You have to rationalize all those issues. You need to go into your life and start to rationalize and looking at everything different. This is how you free your mind. This is how you start to control your reality. You need to go into the situations of hurt and pain that you had and remember this quote: behind all anger is hurt. When somebody is angry, it's because they're hurt, and that's their response to the hurt and the pain. It's anger. Anger is just a symptom of hurt. You can't be angry without being hurt. The most craziest person that's like, oh, I'm going to kill her. Behind that, behind the anger is hurt. And instead of addressing the hurt, you know, in a constructive and effective way, we lash out of anger. We lash out in anger. That's one of the emotions, that's one of the symptoms of hurt, because it's easier to be angry for most people than it is to cry, to say, ouch, that hurt. That's honest. Honestly, it hurt. It hurt my feelings. Like, it's hard to say that. So we rather show this tough shell, which is anger. That's all anger is. It's just somebody that's hurt. You see somebody that's like, you know, angry, they just hurt. And they don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit why they hurt. But then again, that falls back to how we think about it. Why are you hurt? If you got issues in your life that you're dealing with that's hurt your feelings, you have to ask yourself, okay, why am I hurt about that? And this is what counseling's supposed to do, right? People go to counseling to talk to a counselor, sit on there to rationalize. The counselor listens to you and then asks you questions to get through your own issues. And it basically comes out to be that you're looking at things the wrong way. You know, and people are like, oh, I go to counseling, I go to a shrink, you know, it's just so they can get it out. It's important that we don't keep these things bottled in and that we address all of our situations in life. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you got hurt by somebody that cheated on you, that hurt your feelings, the way you process that thought still holds on to hurt. So the way you looked at that situation, that person hurt you. Right? So when that person hurt you, you tuck that away and you put it down into your chakras. And it tucked in and stayed there. And you thought you moved forward. You thought that, oh, I move forward. It's okay. But you never really rationalized that out. You never really understood why all of that happened. You don't understand why he did that. You don't understand why she did that. Why would she do that to hurt you? You don't understand none of that stuff, but you're trying to move forward into a new relationship. And you carry this baggage into the new relationship, and all that you can attract is something to show you yourself again, because you're not even in a place of healed. You're not even healed truly from what happened. You know, there's no closure there. There's nothing there. A lot of us got baggages and all kind of hurt and pain from childhood. You know, daddy probably wasn't there. Mama abused us, and we just kind of tucked it away and we kind of moved forward. But all that stuff is gunked up in your chakras, man. It's gunked up in your chakras. You know, it's energetic garbage and junk in your chakras and your mind. And it won't allow you to be free, because at the end of the day, those feelings are still there. And all you're going to do is continue to attract people or things in your life to make you deal with those issues. They come in different forms and different people. You understand? It's raining right now. Hold on, let me go in. It feels good, but I don't want my device to get wet while I'm giving y'all. It's rain season here. So yeah. So the feelings that you have tucked away and you buried them away, and you just basically kind of move forward in life, and you never really dealt with these issues. It's a problem. It's an issue because of the fact that you didn't really deal with it. And the only thing you're going to do is continue to draw things in your world, not from your conscious, but your subconscious. There's stuff in our subconscious that we need to deal with, but we're not dealing with, and we haven't addressed. It's pain because of how we looked at things that we haven't looked at. You can take your whole life and every situation that happens to you that actually hurt you, from your parents to lovers to people in your life that actually hurt you, if you took the time and you went to every situation and you dealt with every situation to the point where you looked at it different, like, oh, wow, my dad didn't leave me. He just didn't get along with my mother, and he didn't have a parent. And then, you know, when you break down all of that, then you can release yourself from that baggage. This is how you clean your chakras out. You know what I'm saying? It's emotional baggage and how we look at things. This is when you start to control your reality. When you go to the situation with your ex and you say, well, damn, why would he cheat on me? Why would he hurt me? Why would he lie to me? Why would she lie to me? Why would she go out here and do that? Then you look at the political environment that we're in, and you say, damn, look at what we're subjected to. Of course, this person would do that to me because this person came up in a lifestyle like this. He was living in a box. He know no better. This is what society told him that he's supposed to do. And so he just inevitably was drawn to do what, you know, society told him to do or her to do. And then when you look at it like that, you could let it go. You could truly let it go and move forward. But, you know, so many people walking around with so much hurt in them. Somebody might put their hands on you in life. That's the craziest one, the physical abuse. The physical abuse in our lives hurt us the most. You might even had baby father drama. You brought a baby in this world and the man left you, and then you left and you're left to fend for yourself, and that is an open wound. And so you hop right into another relationship, and the relationship could only do nothing but show you everything that you're not working on within yourself. You will never be able to magnetically draw to you anything that's worth having until you deal with these subconscious issues within your chakras, within your spirit and your emotional body. Your emotional body is filled with pain and suffering. And I'm trying to help you right now. I'm going to show you how to get rid of it. If you want to change your feelings about something, you have to change your thoughts, because thoughts regulate feelings. So if we can go inside and all of our situations throughout life and look at the situations differently and look at them from a different light, a more positive light, like, wow, you know, and try to understand it on a deeper level unbiasedly, you know what I'm saying? And try to understand it on a level that could truly help us heal. Then we'd be able to truly let go of these bondages that we're in. And then on top of that, study our astrological energy so it can show you why you thought the way you thought in the first place to put you in the same situation. Because no matter how much you go to heal yourself, you can come to the tropics, live a pure life, absolute pure life, start eating right, everything, and heal yourself from any disease, right? And then go right back to the bullshit because it's the way of thinking. This is what I had a problem with Dr. Sebi, because he had what do you call a campus or a village, and people would come get healed and go right back to Babylon, which made no sense to me. Like, this is your natural environment. This is where you belong as a species. As a species, you belong in the tropics. You're a human. You belong here where there's optimum amount of oxygen. Why would you go back to a sepsis situation, you know, just because of your attachments, and go back and be sick again? And, you know, and to me, just profiting off of that. And I despise that activity. I didn't despise him. I don't know him. I despise the act and the thought of that. I despise that. I didn't make no sense to me. Like, yo, if you're going to leave and get healed, why go back to the same shit? I said that to say this. No matter what you're doing in life, and no matter how much you go get healed, say if you go into your life and heal yourself from everything, oh, like, damn, why was I thinking about it like that? Why didn't I just think about it like this? The answer to that question is your astrological energy. It was probably your Venus, where your Venus is placed. And it's probably where your Mercury and Venus is placed as far as communicating with each other. You want to know what your Venus is in. You want to know what your Mercury is in. It's imperative that we dive into astrology and the age of information, because the key to the kingdom of God, which is the mind of God, which is basically knowing yourself, knowing who you truly are. Not just conceptualize it, but knowing who you truly are. So if you knew who you truly was, you would be compelled to leave. Once your mind is clear, you no longer are going to be compatible in an environment that is not conducive to your growth and to your actual health, your mental health, because everything is mental. Your body is a derivative of your mind. The way you eat is a derivative of your thoughts and your thinking. So with that being said, it makes no sense that you go get healed from all of these feelings, or you play this game where you're like, okay, I'm thinking about it the wrong way. You know, all of these people, these spiritual teachers, neglect astrology. This is my problem with the information age and all these gurus and teachers. They only treat the symptom. They're only treating you for the symptom. They make mad money off of you, off their books. You know, Eckhart Tolle, Oprah, all these people that so-called are spiritual yogis and all of these people, even you know, this guy, Deepak, you know, they all, but none of them go into astrology. It's so imperative. It's the lost spirituality. You know, when it comes to astrology, astrology is the study of consciousness, which is the mind of God. And it lets you know how light bends itself in your mind to your mind. You know, it lets you know why you perceive things the way you perceive things so that you can take control over the way you perceive things. You know, if you knew that you're a certain way and you think a certain way, then you can counteract a lot of problems in your life. But you don't know that because you don't understand who you are. If you understood who you was, and you'd be like, damn, that's why I did that. That's why I was thinking like that. That's why, you know, I'm this way. I'll give you an example. Me, I'm a Taurus with a Leo moon. With Leo moon, they have to feel like the king, man, or the queen. Leo moon has to be the king or the queen, man. If you study and then so what happens is if a Leo moon is not in a leadership position, they won't be happy. So here you are, a Leo moon, and you working a 9 to 5 your whole life when you're supposed to be your own boss. Not even saying that you're supposed to be in that community or society. I'm just giving you a small, you know, example. Yo, you're gonna lose your mind. You're not gonna be happy. But what if somebody told you like, yo, you're a Leo moon, dog. You gotta go. You know, you're not only a Leo moon, but you're at 1. Your life path 1 and your life path 8. Yo, you're gonna be most comfortable if you get your own business. And so people like, damn, what the fuck? You see what I'm saying? Or you're gonna be more comfortable if you do your own thing. Because I hate to embed your mind into the society of money in the United States corporation. So what I'm saying is if you understood that, then you would never put yourself in a situation with certain people as well. You are responsible for you. Nobody else is responsible for you. You are the only person that is responsible for you. You know, you have to put yourself in a position to thrive. You have to put yourself in a position to receive what's best for you. If you are, say, a Leo moon, and you know that you need a mate that's going to praise you, that's going to look at you in the utmost way because, you know, this is what you require. You're going to position yourself and you're not going to deal with someone that's going to neglect that. You know what I'm saying? Because you love and know yourself too much. That's what you can't love yourself without knowing yourself. You can't know yourself without studying yourself. So you need someone that's going to do that for you. Now, if you don't know that, then you're going to go at things blind and you're going to be only attracted to somebody because of their looks. Forget their looks. Is they good for you? It's just like your food. Your food might smell good, look good, but be terrible for you, right? Most food look good, smell good, and is terrible for you. Same thing with people. They look good, smell good, but they terrible for you. You need something that's healthy for you. You understand? You got to know what's emotionally healthy for you. And we have to heal our emotional body. So this is the key to life. If you want to heal yourself, you got to know yourself first. I'm just giving you a cheat code. A cheat code is this. You can't feel a certain way without thinking a certain way. If you stop thinking a certain way, then you can't feel that. If you're feeling bad right now, I guarantee you it derived from some kind of way you thinking. You could look at it a total different way, but you choose to look at it that way. So because you choose to look at it the way, you get the vibration from the thought frequency on the broadcast of thought. The channel that you're channeling into, that thought that you're channeling into is giving you a certain vibration. So now you're feeling bad. The question is, okay, you could stop feeling bad right now, but remember, your astrological energy is on autopilot. It doesn't, your subconscious doesn't know right from wrong. You can't always consciously do it. It's better that you go study why are you thinking like this? See, the psychologist is not going to tell you that. Psychologist is just there to get some money. They just did it. The whole system is there. The whole system that you live in only aids the symptoms of what's going on, not actually the actual problem of what's going on. We aid the symptoms. Like if something's wrong with you, they give you medicines for the symptoms, not to cure the actual disease. They don't want to. They don't want to help you cure cancer because that would go against the policies that keep them controlling your mind. So there is no cure for cancer because the cure for cancer is just to not be there. It is the cancer. Like you are the cancer. What do you mean? You ask me how to cure being black. I'm not going to tell you how to cure being black. I'm black. You know, they're the cancer. So they're not going to tell you how to cure cancer. They're not going to tell. The cure to cancer is that you don't fucking live the way they live and think the way they think. You can't get a disease unless you think in a lower frequency. Your body has to be vibrating at a certain frequency to receive a disease, to be in dis-ease. Remember the word dis-ease is dis-ease, the body at dis-ease. Your body has dis-ease because your mind is at dis-ease. You see what I'm saying? People that have dis-eases are the most sick people here. They're here. The way they think about things, the way they do things, they're sick here. The way they eat is the way you think. You can't eat away until you think away. So of course you're gonna have diseases. Look how you eating. Look how you thinking. You think it's okay to eat pork. So of course you're gonna have a disease. Look at the way you're thinking. Look at the vibration. Look at the frequency of thought or channel that you're on. What's the derivative of that? Disease. You want to eat meat. You want to eat dairy. Would you eat it raw? You can't eat the shit raw. You can't go up to a cow and bite into it and eat it. You can't. So therefore, you're not supposed to be eating it. You have to process it. But your food is being already processed by the tree, the sun, the earth. The earth is already processing your food. Go eat it. Why are you trying to, force something in you that doesn't belong in you? So that's some thinking, and therefore the derivative of that, which is the vibration of that thought frequency, will give you dis-ease, your body dis-ease. And only thing is dis-ease is the blocking of communication. That's it. That's what disease is. Disease is just a communicational block. When cells can't communicate with themselves, when the hypothalamus can't communicate with the pancreas, when the pituitary gland can't communicate with the pancreas, you're gonna get diabetes. That's what diabetes is. It's a miscommunication between the pancreas and the hypothalamus due to what you're eating. You're eating something that's insulating because your body's electricity, that's creating insulation in the body between the cells. It's creating some kind of rubber or, probably mucus. It's just mucus. Mucus creates insulation in the body. What's an insulator is something that stops electricity from flowing. Your cells, your nervous system and your cells communicate through electrical impulses. But if you insulate in your body with mucus, with excess mucus, like dairy, then your body can't, and sugar, then your body can't communicate itself to itself. All your cells are trying to communicate, and now you're in the way of that. You're already God. You see what I'm saying? All you are doing is, and you've been born in a situation where you were trained and programmed and educated to be in your own way. That's it. If you just move out of your own way and let your body do what it's supposed to do, it'll heal itself. When you get cut, your body heals itself. If you don't pick at the scab. If you pick at the scab, it'll never heal. But if you leave it alone and you ate it and you give it the right things that it needs, your body will heal itself. The way it does on the outside is the same way on the inside. If you stop eating the way you're eating, then you're gonna heal you. If you put yourself around an atmosphere like the tropics, like where you belong. Every being on this, every species have a natural environment. You know that when you go to the zoo. When you go to the zoo, you read. They say they simulated an environment that made it more clear, made it more conducive to the animal, like a parakeet. You might go into a certain room and you feel it's warm in this room. Why is it so warm in this room? Because there's parakeets flying around, and they had to simulate a situation for the parakeet to actually thrive and be a bit healthy. They had to put it at a certain temperature so that the parakeet could feel like it's in its natural environment. And every species has a natural environment. Okay? And in this natural environment, it is most conducive and at its peak performance. It can perform and be God at its peak performance. The human belongs in the tropics. Why? Because the brain is functioning off of oxygen. You need oxygen. You see all this green around me? I'm in constant communication with all this green around me. It's green. It's oxygen. Your brain needs oxygen for basically, especially if you're melanated. If you have a lot of melanin, then you're gonna need more oxygen. That's why we have big noses. That's why we have these big noses, because we can take in more oxygen because we're riding in Lamborghinis. These bodies are Lamborghinis, but we're treating them like Hondas. We're driving them in the capacity of a Honda, but you have a Lamborghini. You see what I'm saying? Oh, with that being said, not to get off the subject, you know what I'm saying? We have to start to get to know ourselves, to control our mind. To control your mind, to control anything, you have to learn about it. If you want to be someone that's the master of, mechanics of a car, you're going to have to learn everything about a car, right? You're going to have to learn every single thing about a car. So this way, you know what I'm saying? Your car, and then become a master. You become a master mechanic. You want to master your mind, then you have to go study who you are. And the way you study that is through astrological energy. Go study your chart. Get your natal chart, tarot.com. It's a great investment. Go get it. You know what I'm saying? Thank me later. Essential birth chart. Go get it. You know what I'm saying? And start getting rid of all that baggage that you have inside of you. You got a lot of baggage that you carry around inside your emotional body. This is your chakra body, your emotional body. Your body is made of 70% water. Now they're storing, they have storage. They're storing files into drops and grams of water because water stores memory. Your body is storing all this memory. You have an emotional body. It's your water body. Your body is made of 70% water. So it's holding on to a lot of memories and it's orchestrated by thought. Thought changes the frequency. Like when they put rice in a cup and they put a happy word on the rice and then the rice stay and they talk to the rice and the rice stays it stays alive longer. And just the same way with your body. And they do that with water. They play certain music around water and it shows different shapes, understanding that. And you know that your body is shaped by your mind. And your body has a whole bunch of water in it. It's carrying memories around. Memories, from, traumas that you had. You need to go into those memories, okay, and heal those memories in your mind. You can use a friend as a catalyst. You can talk to them. If you know somebody that will actually listen to you. And you could go through all, and talking is very good because when we talk, we're getting it out, what seems to be out, what appears to be out. Opening up your throat chakra is very important to get those things out. If you think about, getting them out, it's good to talk about it. You have to talk about it. If you can't talk about it, write about it. It's just getting it out. Don't write on paper because paper comes from trees. Use your devices, okay? Write it out. Write this shit out. Get it out of you. Cry. If you have to cry but crying is not always good because it derives from how you're thinking about it. If it hurt, that means that there's a misunderstanding. And that's what I was going to quote to you. When people are angry, behind all anger is hurt. That's the real. So you can look at the toughest person and be like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was like one of the most vicious people at one point. But you could tell later on, he let you know like he was hurt, man. He was just hurt. It was just pain. You know what I'm saying? And he expressed it through, vicious, violence. And people like violence and vicious because they're in their lower selves. But when we look at the issue, we got a child here that was abandoned by his mother. That was, we look at these stories and like, wow, this is a human being that had feelings and they hurt. And this is how they respond to the hurt. And we paid them for their violence. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at the hurt and addressing the hurt, we don't care about that. Not in the society we come up in. We just care about the drama. We want the drama. That's all we care about. So it's very important that you open up your emotional body. Your emotional body is something very important for you to do, okay? And you know what? It's a good idea. If you got social media, it's such a good idea to open up on social media. And just, if you can, if that's your style of talking outward and you got nobody to talk to, get on live. Get on live and talk about your story. Your life does not belong to you. Those experiences that you went through do not belong to you. They belong to everybody because all of us are going through the same shit, okay? Don't be afraid to be who you are because people can't talk about you because we're all going through the same shit, okay? We all deal with it in a different way. Yeah, you got mean people out there, but so what? Let them, that's them. You block them and keep it moving. But I think it's a really good idea to use your social media to actually express your feelings because you can help somebody else that matches those frequencies and actually help them get out of it, and it makes you strong. That's true strength. True strength is when you can talk about your issues openly, and what you went through. That means that situation ain't bare on you, that you got through it. It didn't make you. I call them ingredients. It didn't make you. That situation didn't make who you are. It's a saying that goes, everybody wants the cake, but nobody wants the ingredients that make the cake. See, what you go through in life make you who you are. You see, when you're making a cake, You got flour, you might have egg if you're not vegan. I'm just giving you an example. It's not something I'm telling you to go do. I'm just saying, if you got egg, you got extract. Nobody wants to eat the egg by itself. Nobody wants to eat the flour by itself. And nobody wants to eat the extract by itself. But once that's put together, stirred together, beat up, put it in the oven, cooked for like 30 minutes, everybody wants it then. So don't be afraid of your ingredients, because we all going through the same shit, man. We're all one mind. You know what I'm saying? And so fuck what people got to say about you. That's another thing. Stop caring about what people got to say about you, man. We all going through the same shit, man. We all here. Everybody poops. Everybody has soil that comes out their body. Everybody feels pain and hurt, and everybody feels the same way you feel. So when you become brave and you become someone that stop caring about what other people think about you, then you can heal other people. You can actually help other people, because you're not afraid to talk about your emotional body and tap into your emotional body and talk about feelings that you went through and how you got over it. Okay? So stop caring about what people think about you, man. That's another thing. We care too highly much what people think about us. Fuck them. These people don't, when you go to sleep at night, you go to sleep for you. When you came into this world, you came in this world for you. Let me tell you something. Take a minute right now and look inside your mind and understand one thing. Understand one thing. I want you to understand one thing. When you open your eyes and your awareness and your observation, which is all of your senses, you are receiving your reality. There is nobody greater than you. There's only you. Everything is you. You gotta grasp this. Okay, if I go to sleep, nothing exists until I open my eyes and hear something or see something or hear about something. And we think that we're not what we are. We're everything. You are the thing that you heard. You are the thing that you see. You are everything. And understand, this is your world. Okay, when you get that, when you really grasp the fact that, without me observing it, hearing it, it doesn't exist. The most beautiful person you seen was you. You thought it was beautiful because it's you. You were attracted to it because it's you. If you like a certain music, that's you. Everything is you. Without you observing it, it don't exist. You are the world. Right now, I got my headphones in, you're listening to me, but you're really, truly tapped into yourself. I'm you. When you understand this, then you can be the change. Then you can say, oh, I'm not a drop in the ocean. I'm the whole ocean in one drop. That means I'm not just a person in this world, just one little person in this world. I'm the whole world inside of a person. So at the end of the day, now I could, whatever I do affects everything. I choose not to observe this. I choose not to listen to this. That doesn't exist. Okay? And if it does exist, I'm against that part of myself. And I choose not to give it energy. Now imagine if everybody thought like this. If everybody thought like this, then there would be no messed up world. If everybody lived their life the way you currently live in your life right now, what would the world look like? That's the question. What would the world look like right now if everybody truly lived life like you did right now in this moment, like what you doing right now? How would life look? I gotta come in here and put this on the charger, y'all. How would life look if everybody lived their life like you right now? If you being honest with yourself and you like, I wouldn't want people to live like I live, then you might want to change the way you live and evaluate changing the way you live. And you're going to only do that by changing the way you think. And that goes back to my point as I close this out. How to control your mind. You got to control your thoughts. You can't feel any kind of way unless you're thinking a kind of way. Your thoughts derive from your experiences and your astrological energy. Study your astrological energy so you can study how your mind works, so you can start to learn how to drive your vehicle, which is your mind. Your mind is your vehicle. It is traveling through time, over space, through space. Your mind is traveling. Your mind is traveling in time through space. Okay, your mind is traveling. Okay, your body is your mind. Your body gonna do what your mind tells it to do. Move your fingers like this. What's telling your fingers to do that? Yeah, your mind is telling your fingers to do this. Subconsciously and consciously. Your mind is being controlled by your thoughts and your subconscious. You can reprogram your subconscious mind by studying first, understanding what your subconscious mind is and how it works. It's very important to understand that. Once you understand this and then understand your astrology, now you become the master of your mind. You want to be the master of your own mind, then you have to go study who you are. Now, when you study who you are, you might see that, wait, I don't really communicate that well. But that's okay. Because whatever you have a weakness in, you have a strength in. So if you can bring, once you realize that all this stuff and you heal from inside of you, the funniest thing is that the universe sends you things that balance you. The universe will send you people, situations, and things that will allow you to be balanced. You attract somebody that may know how to speak better than you speak, but you will know how to do something else stronger than they know how to do. When you finally heal your body, your emotional body, from these traumas that you've been through all throughout your life, and study who you are, then you will have standards. You're not just going to accept anything. It's like a car. You don't put unleaded gas inside of a Lamborghini. You just don't do it unless you want to destroy the car. So once you understand who you are, then you're going to give yourself the best. You're not going to have any exceptions to that. All right? I just wanted to tell y'all that, man. That's how you control your mind. Get your astrological chart. Change the way you think if you want to change the way you feel. When you're feeling bad, automatically say, this feeling is coming from a thought. You can change your feelings right then and there if you look at it different. I love my self-reflection. I'm going to try.